What's up, man? This is Cameron with Reps and Riffs. I'm sitting here with my partner, my friend, and bodybuilder, musician, reptile catcher, fucking
guy,
jack of all trades, fucking Fallon. You know, we'll get into that a little bit. You know, we've moved past that though. Give me like a little bit of your history of your musical progression. Like, what was some of the first bands that you like that kind of spoke to you musically? You know what I mean? Those moments in your life where you kind of are like, dude, this is me. I like this. You know what I mean?
I found a Deicide album in a trash can.
How old were you?
13.
13.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
And I just saw it. I didn't know what it was. It was there's Once Upon a Cross, and it just says Deicide across it.
There's so much symbolism to that moment in your life.
Yeah, dude.
You found one, arguably...
Yeah,
one of the heaviest, most Deicide metal in a fucking garbage can. There's just that's so symbolic. You know what I mean? Because it's just metal in general kind of has this perception to it that there are a lot of big fucking fat sweaty drunk dudes.
Yeah.
You know, because there are a lot of those.
Lot.
But there, you know what I mean? So it's just. I find that fun. That's great, dude. I found a Disturbed CD on the lawn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. And I was like, I remember put it in.
What is this?
And I'm just like, that part when his mom comes in and starts beating his ass.
That shit is the weirdest shit.
It really is. But when I was a little kid, I was like, dude, this is so cool. Fuck you, mom. So you play the guitar.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, you'd come over to my house and you had that Yamaha Pacifica. Was that your first?
Yeah. That wasn't really my first guitar. I've gone through a lot of guitars. I actually got my very first guitar when I was 8 or 9.
So acoustic or
yeah,
electric?
it was an acoustic guitar my grandparents got for me in Mexico.
Nice. So it was a classical guitar, I'm probably guessing, or was it a steel string?
It was nylon string.
Oh, okay.
But I
fat fucking neck.
Was fucking 8, man. I wasn't into it. I just wanted a guitar. I didn't really know why. I actually started playing bass later on, before I actually got a 6-string guitar again. My grandparents, because after the guitar thing, the young kid guitar thing, they were like, we're not fucking buying you another guitar, dude. That's not happening.
Right.
And then I got into the band in middle school, and I played the bass guitar in the band in Virginia City at the middle school there. That's where I found the Deicide album, too, actually.
Right. Oh, very good.
But then after that, I played that for a year. I played bass in the band, and my grandparents didn't know that I was going to my friend Shane's house and learning guitar.
You mean... band class?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. So you were learning bass clef music, playing, just fucking riding on that E string all day, dude. Yeah. So you're just boom, boom, boom.
And then after school, I would go to my friend Shane's house, and that's where I Disturbed and all that shit started coming from. And then I was learning Metallica songs and stuff with him.
Right.
And my grandparents bought me an acoustic guitar for Christmas, 2 years after I started playing bass, and I pulled it out of the box, tuned it up, and started playing fucking Sanitarium by Metallica. And they're like, what the fuck, bro? You know how to play this thing? Yeah, I've been fucking telling you that.
Yeah. It's almost like, wow, you should really listen to your kids, you know? Maybe they're not just talking nonsense, you know? So who would you say, was there anybody, I could see you were talking about Korn Disturbed, guitar heroes for you? Who, when you heard them, you're like, fuck, I want to play what that guy's playing. You know what I mean? Who, does that make sense?
There's so many, dude. I don't know.
Early ones.
I always just wanted to do my own thing. I didn't really have a lot of influences. I want to do that. I just kind of wanted to play my shit.
I always loved the bass. That's part of the reason we linked up too. I'm a bass player, and I remember when I first started playing the bass, I would look for bands that had cool ass bass lines so I can learn them because I wanted to be able to play. And
I never did any of that.
Yeah, for me it was the Chili Peppers and Primus and just anything that had a cool fucking bass line. I was trying to learn it. So okay, so you didn't really have.
I never did that, dude. I learned riffs to learn how to make those kinds of sounds.
I get the patterns and the core. I see what you're saying.
I've never learned an entire song by another band.
Interesting.
I've never done that.
What would you say? Obviously, Alex is a lazy piece of shit and needs to fucking restring his guitar. Yeah. That's a nice guitar, Jackson. So, what's your dream setup, dude? If you just money wasn't an issue, what's the amp and what's the fucking axe you'd be playing on?
I've always liked Jackson Warriors.
Just a Jackson guy.
I would get a Jackson custom shop built for me. Probably just black, because that's what I like.
But yeah.
As far as the amps goes, man, it's hard. I'd probably get a Rev Generator 120 on a Mesa cab. They still make really badass new tube amps. The Rev Generator 120 is a fucking badass tube amp. You can do everything from pristine cleans to so much gain, it's unreal. You know what I mean?
Nice, dude.
They do everything.
You ever interested in playing live again?
I would like to.
You're a busy guy.
How that would go.
Yeah, you're a busy guy too.
It's hard to skip all of the band practices and writing music and get straight to being on stage. I'd be down with that.
Gotcha.
That'd be totally cool.
It's a rush, man. What are some of the bands you're jamming on right now? Like, who do you really like over the last few years? Because it's weird. You like
It changes, man. You know, but like right now, probably I'm really into Revocation right now.
They're tight.
Love Revocation, dude. They're so sick.
Yeah, I saw them when they released that song where they had the banjo. What the fuck song was that? I don't know. Saw them like 6 years ago when Jared's brother was playing drums with them down at the Ace of Spades. Oh, okay. And they were tight. I liked them a lot.
Revocation is so good.
Yeah, no, they're good. Sick. I know you like Aborted.
Oh, yeah,
you like Cattle Decap.
Yeah, yeah. Those are like three that I'm really hooked on right now. Aborted's coming out with new music right now. Cattle Decapitation's coming out with new music right now. Revocation just dropped that album.
What do you think about we've made like leaps and bounds in terms of the way music sounds now. Like, it's an experience to listen to music. You listen to some of that old black metal, it's almost like they prided themselves on it sounding like shit. Like, it's all lo-fi and it sounds like it's coming through a fucking microphone like this.
Some of those recordings, they said that they were doing, like, they would take the old headphones, the little foamy ones, and they would use that as the microphone to intentionally make it sound like shit.
Yeah, just compressed and
they did it on purpose.
Yeah, I know. Fucking so metal, bro. We want it to be completely unaccessible to everybody. So let's talk a little bit about reptiles. Like, what your aunt breeds leopard geckos, yeah?
My grandma breeds leopard.
I'm sorry, your grandma. Was she kind of the one who introduced you to reptiles?
Actually, it was kind of the other way around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like when I was a kid, when we'd go camping and shit, that's what I did. I went out and looked for fucking lizards.
So that was a thing that you kind of stumbled across yourself. Like, what got you into like?
My grandparents taking me camping, I suppose, is what did.
So just being outside.
Yeah.
Just being in nature and stuff and looking for something to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Scaloporus.
Nice.
Scaloporus.
Nice.
Scaloporus.
Nice. So what's your favorite snake?
Scaloporus.
Nice. You're a big snake guy.
Favorite snake? Probably spider-tailed vipers.
Spider-tailed vipers? Where are they from?
Iran, I believe.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So that's not a very humid. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
No, it's kind of similar to our climate here.
Okay, so it's very dry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for the winters are drier.
So what kind of terrain are they in? Are they in the rocks or are
mountains.
They more in the?
Yeah,
okay.
they're rocky fucking mountains. It's similar, like geographically.
What about snakes specifically? Do you like? Like, what drew you to the snake?
Honestly, I don't know. Probably just because they're fucking different.
They're misunderstood.
They're hard to find. They're misunderstood. A lot of people don't really understand them, and I think my insane natural like gravitation towards things that scare me kind of is what started it.
You know what's weird is I have that too, but I haven't gotten over it yet. I love snakes, but if you told me to pull that snake out right now, I'd say fuck.
Well, it's a 12-foot fucking snake, man.
I just haven't had enough hands-on experience, which is why I'm excited to go out this summer and follow you around and just learn some shit, and actually go in the field and see some stuff in the field, because like I love snakes, but when I see one, I still get that.
Oh, really?
Oh, shit.
I do, but it's different now. It's an excitement. It's like, grab that motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's not like scared anymore.
So, we kind of touched this on a little bit. What's something about snakes and other spooky reptiles or critters that you wish that some people who would understand?
The biggest thing is that if you leave them alone, they're not going to hurt you.
And that applies to anything.
That applies to all of them.
Tarantulas,
the
spiders.
The thing about spiders is like they're small, so they could be in a small spot. You can accidentally get bit. But like, if you see it and you leave it alone, it's not gonna fucking bite you. You can probably pick it up.
It's weird. It's like, I knew I became an adult when I started putting shopping carts away when I stopped killing spiders. It's like, that's kind of...
Yeah. Pick it up and put it outside.
Yeah, I'll just get a cup. I'm just like, yeah, here, bud. Like,
with my fucking hands.
The only times I've ever killed spiders now is when they startle me.
Oh, really?
Like, oh, shit! Like, it's more of like a impulsive thing. You know what I mean?
Stuff crawling on me doesn't, like, do that. I don't have that response to that.
Yeah, it's more if it catches me off guard. You know what I mean? If I see it, I'm like, oh, fucking whatever. But, like, if it's, like, one of those, like, you know what I mean? I try not to kill them.
My first thought now is identify. If I feel something crawling on me, I'm like, what is that? Because it might be something cool.
It's about 4 grams. Ooh, it's kind of fuzzy.
It's fucking big. A 4-gram spider, goddamn. It's a fucking monster.
What's like your Moby? What's your white whale snake? What's like your Moby Dick snake? Like the thing that you want to find, that it is like your mission, and you will not stop it. You cannot die until you know at some point in your life you have beheld this snake. Like if you like infinite resources.
I really want to like hold a taipan, an inland taipan, Scaloporus.
Right. That's a snake?
Yeah.
Where are they from?
Those are like coastal Australia.
Okay, so down in kill you country.
Yeah.
Where everything will kill you.
They're fucking scary, dude.
How big are they?
They're not super big. They're probably like 7-8 feet long, but they are fast, dude. And they're
really
fucking
that's
happy.
Something fast at 7-8 feet long. That's freaky.
They're fast, and they will fucking just try to bite you nonstop, dude.
Are they a tropical or so they're venomous, right?
Yeah,
obviously.
Extremely. Yeah.
Okay, they're not are they like a viper, like a rattler, like what kind of
they're
snake?
They're an elapid.
Okay, what's that?
Elapids are like the
shit. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's all good. Beep, get cut. All right.
Elapids are just another venomous family of snakes, like vipers. Like coral snakes are elapids.
Okay, I know what that is. But you're like I said, money's not a factor. Whatever, life's not a factor. Your dream herp trip. Where are you going?
Africa and Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you hoping to find? What's different
Everything
there?
In Africa and Australia is fucking awesome. Every single reptile. I've never seen any of them in person.
I'm a monitor guy. I love the Parenti, dude.
Yeah.
I fucking love the Parenti monitor.
Those are fucking
These guys are fucking sweet.
It'd be cool to just see any fucking massive monitor.
Dude, I know. I've told you this before. Like, part of the reason I wanted to go to Thailand for my honeymoon was strictly to see the lizards, dude. Yeah. Like, I was like, why do you want to go to Thailand so bad? And of course, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm like, dude, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's Thailand.
But I'm like, no, I wanted to see the water monitors.
I can't believe you didn't run up and grab one.
Dude. Fuck no, dude. They're so big.
I would immediately grab that.
Dude, it was so funny. You go to like a nice ass park. Any other place in the world would be filled with ducks. Not one bird. Not one bird. But there's just monitor lizards everywhere, dude. It's insane.
That's rad.
I know. It was cool. It was a trip, dude. Like, and then we took like this boat because there's all these like canals and it's like almost like a swamp. And there's these houses that are like along. You can only pull the boat up to the back of the house.
Right.
There's this fucking gigantic like sulfur looking water monitor, just probably 8 feet long, just lying on this guy's deck, dude. He comes out like, "You get out of here!" Like, like, fuck off, like,
cat,
get a broom, like, go away. Oh,
that's fucking weird.
Yeah, dude, it was insane. If you could talk to Steve Irwin, what would you want to say to him?
Huh. That guy was a huge influence on my childhood.
He was for me too, dude. I think that guy's arguably one of the most loved people on the planet.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, that guy was so wholesome, man. Yeah. Like, and he was so educational. He's so fun. Like, he was so kind.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a good fucking dude.
Jeff Corwin, I really liked him a lot too.
Yeah, dude,
he was funny.
He was pretty cool.
I liked him a lot too.
Yeah. What was the question? What would
just
I
like, yeah, like if you could, like, like if you were to like be able to talk to him or just like encounter him, like how would you want that to go? In what way would you want to go look for snakes with him?
I would probably just thank him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be like, dude, you're a huge influence. Like,
yeah, dude, he was like such a huge influence on my childhood. Like he for sure made me who I was. I cried once. I remember this. I cried once because I missed an episode of his show.
That's so
like I got home too late.
I love that, dude. That's so good. You've had your fair share of trouble growing up.
Not a lot, but yeah.
Just a little, and then it kind of got a little worse, and then obviously we'll get there. But you ended up behind bars. But let's see. Did you feel your childhood had any part of like the path that landed you in prison? Like,
I don't think so.
Like, your parents are around and shit,
yeah,
right?
My parents. So, my dad left the day I was born, and my mom was like a drug addict. So when I was 3, I ended up with my grandparents.
Right, I know your grandma was kind of like your staple, like...
Yeah, my grandparents raised me. They're my fucking mom and dad.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I don't think they did anything. Like, I don't think anything in my childhood was negative that impacted me in a manner that led me into doing shit like that. I think I was just hereditarily an alcoholic.
Well, it is a gene. Yeah. Like, there is like validity to that.
I was told that even growing up. My grandparents were like, "Fucking stay away from alcohol, dude. It's gonna fuck your life up." And I was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. When did you really start putting them back?
18.
Okay, so that's not too bad. I mean, like, a lot of people are drinking much younger than that, so that was,
I was
really
drinking, but it wasn't like I wasn't an alcoholic.
An event, like it wasn't like a.
Yeah, it wasn't everything. And what happened was, I got arrested and I got put on probation. And I couldn't smoke weed anymore.
Isn't that weird?
And it fucking turned me into an alcoholic.
You're like, oh well, don't you dare smoke weed.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy how that shit works.
I 100% blame the adult probation system for turning me into an alcoholic. I probably would have just stayed smoking weed and drinking occasionally if it weren't for that.
Right. No, it makes sense. Now, even when you were younger, like, before you really started hitting the weights, like you were kind of a fit guy. Like you always had really good arms. Genetically, you always had some pretty decent arms. Like
actually, who was I just telling this? I think I was telling my wife this. I've always felt like I looked like this. Like even when I was skinny, like this is what I thought I looked like.
Dude, I obviously am not as big as you, but like I always in my brain, I saw the final form.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I'm a long-haired dude who rides a Harley and is jacked. Like that was, and it's like, I remember like last summer, I was just jacked and I had my Jesus hair and I was like, I have fucking, I have self-actualized. Did you ever work out like as a teen?
Kind of. I did for a little while with a friend of mine.
Just dumbass shit, like, oh, let's fucking hit some curls and do a set of push-ups and fuck yeah.
One time I remember me and my friend did so many curls that I Tyrannosaurus the next day. I couldn't move. My arms locked up.
You ever done that when you're in the shower?
Uh-uh.
I've had it almost happen. Oh my god, dude! I'll have times after I hit arms, I'm trying to shampoo my hair, and they cramp. I go, ah! And I'm like, dude, and then I'm like sitting there, and I go, ah! Like, dude, it's horrible. Yeah, it's weird.
I was taking creatine too, and probably too much of it because I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
So I was probably just severely dehydrated. Yeah.
Prison for most people, well, I'd like to think it's kind of a rock bottom. That's kind of like you hit your low. So like
you would think that, but it's not.
No, exactly. I was gonna say you'd like to. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be. Yeah. So prison is a rock bottom. So tell me about your headspace, because I remember the events leading up to that. You were really drinking, dude.
Oh, dude,
like you were fucking so depressed. And you were just you were drinking a lot, and you were in a bad relationship, and just like shit wasn't good, and you were it was bound to come around somehow. Yeah. Like you were,
That's when I was running. You asked me if I was running earlier. So when I left Jessica, I started running. And I was running for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I went and I fucking moved in with this chick, Angela, who I was with at the time when that happened.
Yeah.
And I was just like running away from my life and everything and just trying to forget it all. And I was just drinking and fucking drinking and it caught up with me.
Yeah, you didn't really have any like path, or just it was escape as opposed to go start something new.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was trying to start something new.
Tell me about your headspace when you went in versus like what did you do with your time? What did you do with your brain? Obviously, you really developed your love for bodybuilding and fitness in there, because what the fuck else are you supposed to do? But like, tell me about like the evolution of your mind. Like you went in an alcoholic, you came out sober with a newfound like love for like weights. Tell me how your perspective and your how you grew up. Like, tell me the evolution of your thought process. How long were you in?
Almost 3 years.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Was it really? Because it was. I remember I got a couple pictures of us. I meant to send it to you from Steve and Kelly's wedding.
20. Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like, there's a picture of me, you, and Chinga.
It wasn't too long after that.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. So I'm trying to like put
well, that was in December, right?
Yes.
So it was almost a year after that.
Or was it February?
I went to prison in October.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Whatever. Gotcha.
No, I went to prison in July.
Because it was really, really shortly after that.
Yeah. It was right before my birthday. I went to prison.
Yes, excellent. Fun stuff.
Yeah, I was sitting there.
What a good place to reflect.
Charged with attempted murder.
Yeah.
While he was in a coma. Well, it was attempted murder.
What'd you do?
I beat the shit out of somebody.
In a drunken rage?
Yeah, I blacked out. I don't know exactly what happened.
That's even
or
worse.
How it happened. I think that the events that led to that are kind of irrelevant because it happened no matter what.
Right.
But basically, I snapped. I don't remember a lot of it, and I beat the fucking absolute fuck out of this dude. I thought I killed him. I kind of remember dragging him into my kitchen, and because I thought he was a corpse. And I took his keys, our keys, my girlfriend at the time's keys, anyways, out of his pocket. And I got in the car. And I was
so this happened at a house.
That happened at my house.
Oh, it did. I don't know why I thought this happened at a bar, or I thought it happened out somewhere.
No, we had just left a bar and got home.
Just the three of you?
Yeah. And me and her were arguing and shit, and fucking, I don't know what happened.
He probably chimed in. He didn't like what he had to say, and
something, whatever.
Something stupid. Something fucking stupid. Maybe. You know what I mean?
Maybe not.
Whatever
he did, he didn't fucking deserve that. So, but as far as my headspace goes, when I went in, I was charged with. It was like a floating charge. They stuck me with attempted murder so they could keep me in, but he was in a coma. So it was, if he doesn't come out of this coma,
right? Contingent on whatever the fuck.
So I was sitting there thinking, I might spend the rest of my life in fucking prison.
How did that make you feel? Just with having that, looming over you. What? Tell me about your. I know you hate God, but your come to Jesus moment. Like, what was like what?
It happened pretty fucking quick, like right away.
When you had that, just that looming over you.
They took me from holding and put me straight into the hole, and I stayed in the hole for a fucking long time. And in the hole, it's just a gray room with a shower in it, and the lights are always on. And that's where I fucking lived with this fucking possible spending the rest of my life in prison mindset. You know what I mean?
What'd you do in the hole?
Happened pretty quick. Walked back and forth, 24/7.
Paced.
Yeah. Thinked.
Did they let you read?
Yeah.
Did you have to earn that? How long? What's the whole? I can say obviously I've not been to prison. Like when you're in there for like such a severe charge like that. Like what's the? How often do they start letting you out? How often do they like?
So you get out for an hour a day, but they just let you out into a bigger concrete room.
Right.
You don't go outside.
You don't have to go to the okay.
And even the rec yard there's really no rec yard at that jail. The rec yard's about the size of this room, and it's just a fence.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Sucks. How so? After you got out of the hole, where'd they stick you? Your
Actually,
cellmate?
this is kind of interesting. So, I wasn't any trouble in the hole. You know what I mean? There was no problems. Like I had a violent outburst, and they expected me to be like that all the time and be violent and shit. And I'm not.
Right.
Like that.
You're just like.
So I was just like, yeah, this fucking sucks. And eventually, they took me out of there, and then they put me in general pop. And when the cops put me in there, they were like, all these dudes are fucking stupid. And I know you don't want to be around these guys, so we're going to give you your own cell by yourself. And then about 3 hours after that, he came in and he was like, you want a job? And I was like, yeah, sure, man. And he was like, cool, wrap your shit up, let's go.
Like, yeah.
And they fucking...
So you were pretty good fucking behavior the whole time you were in there?
the entire time. As a matter of fact, even when I got to prison, I didn't do... So you kind of go through the hoop.
Oh, so you were in jail initially, and then they put you...
Yeah. Once you
I see.
So I was in jail for like a year.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Just going through court shit and doing...
Okay, so everything's got to... The papers work's got to get done and got to go to court. Okay, gotcha. And then they say, okay, you're going to prison.
Yep. Yeah,
gotcha.
And I got sentenced and then went to prison.
So, how long were you working for in jail?
I worked in jail for like 6 months or something like that.
Okay, and that was...
kitchen.
How long were you in before you got a job?
Like 6 months.
Okay, so...
I basically spent 6 months in the hole.
Jesus
and then immediately
Christ.
went to working in the kitchen. So.
Okay, gotcha. So they could tell based off your behavior in the whole. They're like, okay, he's
not a fucking maniac.
Just leave him alone. Like, just fucking I gotcha.
And that was kind of a weird experience too. Like I remember going into the kitchen and I just spent 6 months in the hole. Like I haven't even.
It's almost like
heard my own voice in like 6 months. You know what I mean? And now I have to fucking deal with people and make food.
Almost got to be. I mean, obviously, it's not the same as like someone who goes from operating over in fucking Iraq like that, and coming back, and they're just like.
It was odd though.
I'm sure it's got to be a weird, like reacclimating to just being a human.
I remember her asking one of like the co-workers, like my cellmate actually, Jason Enos. I remember him coming up to me like, "Hey man, she's like tripping out, bro. Like she doesn't know what's wrong with you." He's like, "I explained to her that you were just in the fucking hole for 6 months and like you need to fucking come back to reality and shit."
Oh, because you were just really socially awkward.
Like I would just stand there and wait for her to tell me what to do because I didn't know what. I've never worked in a kitchen before, first of all, and I just got out of the fucking hole for. 6
And you've just been
months, so
alone in your brain for fucking 6 months.
It was just weird. I didn't know what to do.
That's crazy.
And we ended up being comfortable. She was a cool lady and shit, but it was just that transition was so fucking strange, dude. Because I think that because I did so well and had a job and shit in jail, when I got to prison, I kind of got fast-tracked to like the best part of prison.
Right, so you have more privileges and things like that.
So I was in a dorm. There's like 120 dudes in there. And it's like the best part of Southern Desert. It doesn't get really any better than that there unless you like work in the gym or something. And even then you still live in that same dorm.
Nice.
But like that's where all the murderers who've been down for 50 years and...
But they're cool, they're all chilling. Like
yeah, they've just been chilling for...
So did you never have any problems in prison?
I did, yeah. Never with anyone that wasn't the same color as me.
Okay, so you say, we're gonna get fucking racy here. Like, so you say you had more problems with,
you don't have a choice.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard. Yeah. So you said you never got any problems with people who weren't the same color as you?
Yes. So what I mean by that is I'm not a fucking racist, and they didn't like it. So most of my friends in there were black.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I had black friends. I ate dinner with them. I went to the weight pile with them. They don't like that shit. And they had a fucking problem with it.
Goddamn peckerwoods in there.
If you're sharing food, it better be with us. Yeah, get fucked, dude.
I'll share food with whoever
I'm going to go give that guy food right now just because you said
that. Did you have gym privileges right when you got to prison? Let's get into that.
Yeah.
So what was your diet like? So tell me about eating and training in prison.
It's hard. It's hard to eat right in prison.
It's just food, whatever food they fucking...
They give you shitty food, but you can buy food.
Really?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I had an MP3 player. I wish I would have brought it. I'd have showed it to you. It's fucking, it's like this big and
old
clear
school.
and runs on AA batteries.
Oh my god!
But it was cool. You could pick the music on there and then go plug it into the kiosk and it would download. And they had fucking the Faceless and Deicide and all that shit on there.
Hell yeah,
it was
dude.
fucking sick.
So what was it? What was your weight setup looking like? Just a
The
bench
weight pile
and
was
pull-up bar and fucking...
The weight pile fucking had everything you needed.
Just your basics?
It had cables and fucking fucking had everything. It was all old shit. It was like shit from the golden era. You know what I mean?
Whatever, dude.
But they had
it's
cables
heavy.
and all that
It's
shit.
weight.
Yeah.
It's 45's a 45, dude.
There was a few benches and some squat racks and like a machine, like a cable machine that had like 2 fly cables and a pull down cable on one side. It had a bunch of shit.
It's nice. At what point did it kind of spark, like, when you were like, I really, really enjoy lifting weights? Like,
it's hard to learn in prison about it because you have books like, you know, dude's got Arnold's book and stuff in there, and there's like biology books, but that's the only information you have. I can't get on the internet and find out if anything. Basically lifting like a power lifter in prison.
Hitting the fucking, what is it, bench?
Big 5, yeah.
Yep, the big 5, dude, nice. It was a healthy outlet, I'm sure.
Yeah. I basically traded an alcohol addiction for a gym addiction.
Yeah.
For a gains addiction more than a gym addiction, because it's not just the gym, it's getting bigger and stronger in it.
Well, seeing a result of something you work on.
And that's really when it started. So, like, I couldn't really see the results in prison. You know what I mean? Because you're in prison, like, that shit's irrelevant. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, right, I get what you're saying. You can't really monitor, like, what you're doing. I mean, obviously, you know you're getting stronger or whatever, but...
You can, but it wasn't ever, like...
Mentally, the priority's
like,
different.
I'm surrounded by dudes, and we might fight at any minute. Like, that's more of a priority to me than...
Right, I get what you're saying.
The way I look, you know what I mean? So when I got out of prison, that kind of shifted. It took a little while, because I had to adjust to the world again, you know what I mean? And, like, being in gyms was kind of strange. Gym etiquette is totally different, like... You're going to take my weight, I'm going to smash you with it. It's kind of where I came from. That's where I learned, you know?
Yo, man, I'm taking this.
Yeah. Fuck away from me, dude. That's how it was.
Right. Leave me alone.
Unless you already know that person, and that's...
Right, you guys are working out together.
But the gym etiquette I learned in prison and the gym etiquette that exists out here are 2 totally different things.
Yeah, and that actually brings me to the next question I had. So the gym is often an addiction. I said, you know, I know lots of people who have replaced one unhealthy vice with the gym.
Yeah.
Do you think that's healthy? Do you think that's not healthy, and why?
I think when I first got out of prison, it was probably healthy for me. I wasn't on any PEDs. I was all natural. I was eating clean for the most part.
It was just something to keep you on the straight and narrow sort of thing.
And once I started seeing progress in the gym and wanting more of that, it got a little bit more unhealthy with PEDs, and, you know, it started with pro hormones and stuff like that. But as far as whether it's healthy or not, like, that's up to you. Hell, you're fucking slamming 2 grams of tren into your fucking ass.
And not competing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not trying to make money.
Lifting.
Yeah. Jesus.
Like, it's crazy that when you really, like, start learning about gear, it's crazy that you find out all of these people who look like shit are on more gear than you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, you look like shit, bro. You're on how much fucking trend right now? What the fuck? What are you doing?
Yeah, dude. Like, what advice would you give a kid who's who's kind of going down the same trajectory as you?
I tell everybody now to stop drinking. Alcohol's fucking horrible for you. It shouldn't even be legal.
Dude, it is so ridiculous. Like, well, you can't smoke weed, but you can fucking show up to work or drive, you know, like, you wonder how...
It's even still ridiculous in places where weed is legal. And what I mean is, like, you can have, like, an ounce of weed. If you have more than that, it's still a fucking crime. You're going to jail. I can have fucking 20 kegs in the back of my truck. That's enough to fucking kill multiple people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're like, hell yeah, brother, party time. But if I have more than an ounce of weed, they're like, you're going to fucking jail.
This is 1.2 ounces of weed here, sonny.
Yeah, you're going to super jail.
Yeah, that's super jail, yeah, dude.
Furlong's coming down personally to get your ass.
What do you feel after all this? Like, you're staying in prison, your love for fitness, and now on this new business endeavor we're embarking on.
Yeah.
What do you want, like, your legacy to be? Like, in terms of, like, now that you have, like... Because I got to give you props. I said this in the group chat the other day. Like, I've seen the evolution you've made from fucking just being this angry-ass fucking chip-on-your-shoulder kid to just getting deep into fucking alcohol to almost completely not getting a second chance at a normal life, and you did.
Right.
And you came out, and you've been sober, you've been clean, you got a good job. You started with fucking mattresses. Now you got a pretty decent job working at the company you're at. You know, you got your own desk. Like, we're in your house right now. Yeah. You're married. You know, like, we're starting. No, dude, it's fucking life happens, man. It's crazy. Yeah. But, like, you've done a lot, and I'm proud of you. And so what I'm saying is, like, now that you have these opportunities, like, what do you want to, like, what happens now?
I want Reps and Riffs to be the legacy. That's what I want. To
just build a successful business that
I want you build our business to just be us doing what we want to fucking do whenever the fuck we want to do it,
and being able to be rewarded for it and live our lives to do the things we want to do.
That's what I fucking want. That's what I've always wanted. That's part of why I was so angry as a kid.
American dream, baby.
Couldn't have that. I didn't think that was possible.
Right.
You know, what's that lame saying? You miss 100% of the 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
That's fucking real.
So true.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. Like, I moved back from New York after I got my theater degree and stuff. I'm like 21, 22. My mom's like, go back to college. And I'm like, I'm fucking old. I was like, it's true. It's true. Dude, I can't go to college, man. Like, college, you know, God, man, it's 4 years. I can't do that. 4 years goes by and I'm like, fuck, I could have
graduated.
I'm like 24. Like, it's not even, that's not even old. Like, and my mom's like, well, you could go now. And I'm like, no. I'll rifle off some quick gym questions here. Okay. Favorite cheat meal?
Favorite cheat?
Like, if you were to just be like, fuck, just derail, just like get that dopamine itch. Like, what do you have?
Fucking ice cream, dude.
Ice cream?
Yeah.
What flavor?
I really like just like chocolatey shit.
Chocolate, huh?
Chocolate and caramel type shit.
Oh yeah.
Or coffee. I like coffee ice cream.
Really? You're one of those? Fucking like, love that shit. No. You go and get out of here. All right. Go-to breakfast option.
Go-to breakfast option. Eggs.
Classic breakfast. Yep. Just like potatoes, eggs, and fucking.
Probably mostly eggs, dude.
I love me some hash browns, dude.
I love potatoes. I depends on what I'm doing that day.
Right.
If I'm going and doing like legs or something, I'd probably have hash browns or something.
Carb it up. Yeah, I gotcha. Ideal time to train.
I get my best workouts in on the weekends when I wake up, eat, and then wait about an hour and a half, 2 hours before I go.
Same. Like I said, just after my first meal, after I've had a time to just chill, have some coffee, like just relax, let it digest a bit, and fucking go hit it hard.
I go in there feeling like a fucking monster.
Yeah. Do you think it's okay? I've always had a struggle with this. You just see some people in there, and you're just like, just doing some exercise, and you're just like,
what the fuck are you doing?
Like, do you think it's rude? Like, was your would correct them or just let them fucking just keep doing what they're doing? I have such a mixed opinion on this.
That kind of goes back to what I talked about earlier, where I learned gym etiquette in prison. You don't go fucking talk to people and tell them what they're doing is wrong. You don't do that, you know, because now you got to fight that guy. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you learn if you're not willing to literally die for it, keep your fucking mouth shut.
That's a good fucking piece of advice.
Out in the real world, I think if someone is going to injure themselves, I think you have the responsibility as someone who knows that to let them know.
Yeah, especially if you can tell they're like a kid and they're like really uncomfortable even being in there
if
sometimes.
You're like a snobby cocksucking adult and I can tell you're not going to listen to me, then I'm just going to let you hurt yourself.
But how do you feel about like the toxic female fucking influencer gym culture right now?
I think it's fucked up. I think that they're intentionally targeting people for nothing. I mean, most of the videos
it gets clicks. That's you know
works,
what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it works, but it's potentially ruining these people's lives. I mean, that dude's got a fucking wife and kids at home, and now his wife and kids are seeing this video going, what the fuck?
He's getting doxxed on the fucking internet. Yeah, like
fucking millions of people talking shit about this fucking guy because he glanced over at you when you were fucking literally showing your butthole to your camera to show millions of people.
They're dressed like a
glance at you in person. It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, if you're willing to post that on the internet for millions of people to see, why do you give a shit that one guy glanced at you for a second? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
You know how many times, and what people don't understand too is why the fuck do we have eyes? Like, it's to take in our surroundings. We're at the gym, there's people doing shit. If I see something in the corner, I'm going to glance over and go, oh, what's she doing?
I'm just going to look and see. That's what those videos are. Most of the time, it's just a guy going, what's she doing? Okay, and that's it.
Oh, she's filming? What is she? Oh, okay. Like,
but
I'm just fucking...
what she doesn't understand, and there's probably fucking 10,000 fucking dudes jacking off to her fucking videos.
Damn it, guy. Send me a bottle of your bathwater.
Yeah, dude. But she's worried about this fucking guy who's not doing anything. It's fucking.
Who's probably just going, oh, wonder what she's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if she posts that online. Oh, crazy. Yeah.
You got your whole setup with a fucking camera and lights.
Yes, I'm saying I do the same thing. And when I see a jacked ass dude, I'll watch him because I'm sitting there going, wow, that guy's got a really nice physique. What's he doing? Like, what's his form like? What's his fucking like? I'm like, there's multiple things I'm thinking about. Or sometimes when I see a hot chick, I'm literally thinking, she's in great shape. Like that's literally all I'm thinking is I'm admiring. I'm like, man, fucking, I wonder what she does for her legs. Like, I'm not checking her. I'm checking her out because I think she's a specimen. But it's not because I'm like, like, yeah, fucking those.
I find myself checking out dudes more often.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you see some big ass, I'm like, fuck, I wonder what he's fucking, except I wonder what he's doing. I wonder what his diet's like. I want to go talk to him, you know? Like, it's not weird though, but guys are like, oh, hey, yeah, cool, dude. Yeah, I fucking do this and I do this. Yeah. And I just, it's just the basics, really.
Yeah, you can't go tell that to us.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had people come up to me and tell me that.
No, it's a huge bummer, dude. I love
all the equals, and you're gonna have.
I love all the videos online of like people like like the one of the dude who's lifting. He's like zooming and he's sweating, like the chicks next to him. Like that shit cracks me up, dude. If you can do one exercise per body part for the rest of your life, what are they? Like if there's like if you were limited to like, would you say the big five probably?
Probably, I'd probably switch it up and do like dumbbell bench press, like a slight decline dumbbell bench press.
Like if that was your one thing that you could ever do to hit your chest forever, that's your go-to?
Yeah, slight decline dumbbell bench press for sure.
Dumbbell bench is, honestly, that's my favorite. I don't even fucking touch the bench.
Yeah.
I like the dumbbells, baby.
Machine, but that's after I've already fucking...
Okay, so chest, we got slight incline dumbbell bench. How about for back?
Slight decline dumbbell chest, but for back, I'd probably just do barbell rows.
Barbell rows?
Barbell rows, yeah.
Okay.
Because you can fucking...
Shoulders.
Dumbbell press.
Really?
Yeah.
Not like laterals?
That's a hard one because...
Because the rear barbell will hit a little the rear, the dumbbell will hit a little front.
Just say shoulders. Because your shoulders are pretty complex.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot
going
on
your back. See, that's why I pick barbell, because I can move.
That's what I mean. Like, that's why it's a hard question.
Shoulders, like... You can't really pick one exercise. I think that a dumbbell, like maybe an Arnold press, will probably be your best as far as building your entire shoulder.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm ever fucking doing those right. So everyone knows the fucking Arnold press. You start here and you fucking go up like this. So are you twisting it up or are you bringing it out and then pressing it up?
Both.
So you're pressing and okay. Yeah. So because if you're doing this and then you just go,
yeah, then
that's not doing fucking shit. You know what I mean? But then sometimes I know one of the ones I like to do sometimes, or I used to a long time ago, is one arm, one. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's about so it's a little both. You want to be pressing.
Yeah, pressing and rotating.
Like at the same time.
Like starts in the front, goes to the middle, and your rear at the same time. And
at what rate should you be? Because you can be pressing and then end up here.
No, you want to end up fully turned only at the top.
Right. Yeah. I see what you're saying. You can you can feel it travel from the fucking
you can't go heavy.
Anterior to the medial.
You go heavy on those and you're going to start doing it wrong.
Yeah, or you'll feel it right when you get to there. You're gonna and you'll be like, "Fuck." Alex, thanks, buddy. Yeah. Check out our website, repsandriffs.com. We're on social media. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're fucking Facebook. Got all sorts of new pieces coming out soon. This is one of our shirts right here. We got the white crackle. We got all sorts of different fucking, hell yeah, baby. We got all sorts of different colors in this design. We got a lot of cool stuff coming out, men's and women's clothing. Yeah. Stay tuned, and thank you guys for watching.
Yeah. Links to all that stuff is in the description.
Awesome. See ya.